Okay, so this TikTok is for my Love and Marriage Huntsville viewers and watchers. Now, the reunion just aired, part one. And at this point, Carlos, with this cast, part one will suffice. We don't need any more because the season wasn't interesting enough for us to be waiting for a part two. You could have wrapped this up in part one. So but I know, get your coins, honey, get your coins. Now, I'm going to say what I said in the last time I did review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Get Trisha off our screen. Not only is she a liar, but she's a horrible liar. And she's so bad, she's making Ken become a bad liar. Now, when these two numbnuts came on the scene, I, Trisha, the cadence by which she speaks is dull and boring. And she can't help that. That's just the way she speaks. And I said it to somebody who, some people don't like the way I speak. They don't like the cadence by which I speak. So I get it. I'm not offended by it. It is what it is. Sometimes we just don't like the way somebody's voice sounds, and we can't help that. Trisha's cadence is slow and remedial. And you take slow and remedial and you add liar to it, it's terrible. She lies so much. She has Ken telling lies that he can't keep track of. Get them off our screen. Nothing about this couple is interesting. So when you got on there, you said, you know I love you both. What do you love? Explain it to the audience like we're five. What do you love about these two? Because I haven't met anybody who's done reviews or do reviews for Love and Marriage Huntsville. I've never heard not a single person ever say, we love Trisha and Ken. Never heard it. You can wrap them up. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay. Now let's talk about Kimmy and Maurice, because that was one of the first things that you covered. Kimmy, I'm going to say this slow. I'm going to say it slow. Not because I think you're slow. I just think Maurice talks so fast that you forgot how to listen slowly to the words coming out of people's mouth. Your husband has already cheated on you, or he plans on cheating on you. For a man to look at you and say, based on your response, that you would not accept cheating and it would be a deal breaker for you. If a man looks you in the eye and say, oh, you don't think I'm worth it? You would give up on me so easily? That man has already cheated, or he plans to. And he wants to make sure that home is secured, that you will accept it, you will forgive it, and y'all can work it out. Because I don't know any person, right? And again, y'all know what I said. Infidelity can happen in marriages and relationships. And I believe people can recover from those infidelities. But we're talking about people who have pulled away from one another. They're not talking to each other. When they try to talk to each other, it just becomes a task and a chore. And so then people look for companionship. They look for attention outside of the marriage. If they're not getting in the marriage, and all of a sudden, now you're in an infidelity situation. That could happen. Okay, I'm not one of these people like, yeah, it could happen. But the fact that this man said, I think I'm in the marriage more than you, because if you cheated, I would want to figure out why, what happened. Here's my suggestion, Kimmy. Test him on that. Mm-hmm. Prove that he's in the marriage more than you. Test him on it. Go get you some from someplace else and see how quickly that man divorces you. That man is either cheated already and you are close to finding out about that infidelity if you already don't have an inkling of it. Because, Kimmy, I don't think you're a stupid woman. I don't think you're a stupid woman, because on the last episode you said, I think we could work. I believe we could work through infidelity. And Martel had to tell you infidelity. You said you think you can work through it based on all the divorces and the disruption to the children. Y'all's children are adults. If Maurice cheated on you, what children would be affected by said infidelity if you decided to leave? Your son already said he never saw him as a father. And Monster saw you as his dad's new wife. I don't think he saw you as a replacement mother or a stepmother for which he would be devastated by. You both have adult children. So what children in y'all's marriage would be so affected if y'all divorce? That man has already cheated on you, or he plans to. And so he wants to guilt you and tell you that you aren't in the marriage. It's the strangest thing. It's the most manipulative shit I've seen on television in a long time. And if you fall for that, it's because, contrary to what you said to Carlos King, that you would be alone if that meant you need to be happy. I don't think you'd want to be alone. I find you to be a male-centered woman. You wouldn't want to be alone. You would have to be forced to be alone, which means that man would have to walk away from you. I don't think you're going to walk away from him. But back to the question. If infidelity happened, could you forgive him? And when you said no, and this man looked at you and said, well, we'll have to bring that up in therapy, because that makes me feel like I'm more in the marriage than you. Imagine looking at your wife and saying, I'm more in the marriage than you, that you will not accept or take me back if I cheated on you. The most insane shit said on the stage all night. Now let's talk about Miss Tisha. I absolutely believe you told Destiny that. I absolutely believe you told Destiny that if you didn't fight with her, you'd have to divorce Marcel. I absolutely believe it. You are your mother. You are your mother. And while I don't think you're as dishonest as Kimmy, I think you are naive. You are naive. And I think you let your guard down in what you believe to be a really solid friendship between you and Destiny. But here's the thing. I've said this before. You and Destiny are only friends because you both hated Mel. You try to build a friendship on the hatred of somebody else. How strong is that friendship going to be? How long is that going to last? So I don't even feel bad about you dogging Destiny, because Destiny dogged Mel. She dogged Mel. You're friends with this woman on the back of hating another woman. And I do believe you told her that. I do believe you told her it's either fight with you or divorce Marceau, because Marceau, I don't doubt that the man loves you. Now, people are going to be like, I think Marceau loves you. I think he loves you. I think he has great affection for you as the mother of his children and the partner he's been with for these many years. He does not like you. And a lot of times women can't tell the difference between a husband that loves them but doesn't like them, or a husband that likes them but doesn't love them. Marceau loves you. I believe he loves you. I believe he cares deeply about you and your well-being and making sure you're okay because you're the mother of his kids, but he does not like you. And this fighting with Destiny and oh my God, who's the other lady? Nell and everybody else on the show, this really was a distraction because it really is not that serious. And the more you do it, all it says is your level of maturity is limited. You're not mature. And your husband has been reprimanding you since the show began because what he wants to say is you're not mature. But he knows if he said it out loud, it would just cause more turmoil in his home. And what he likes is a stupid, naive woman that believes he is not cheating when he's out cheating. So he loves you enough to keep you comfortable so he can comfortably cheat. Now, Nell, I've said this before. Your inability to manage your emotions at your ripe age is kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing. Now, listen, I am a sailor myself. I'm 48 years old. I'm almost 50. And I love a good cussing. I curse. I'm not a prude. I curse. But the way that you are so easily rattled and you can just go into being vulgar with your language, you need... Wellbutrin. I got on it. Best thing that ever happened to me. Get on an antidepressant. I think you're depressed. I think you're depressed. I think you're depressed about the way that your adult children have turned out, the lives that they're living. I think you're depressed about your mother being gone. And I say this as a woman who's a part of the Dead Mothers Club. It is a grief that sometimes shows up in ways that we don't often anticipate. And I think a lot of your behavior is the grief that you haven't processed with losing your mother and the disappointment I think you have in the way that your adult children are showing up in the world for themselves and with you. Get on the Wellbutrin. All this screaming and hollering and cussing is not becoming of you. I think you can be better. I think you can be better.